Okay, I've been meaning to do this for a really long time. I've been wanting to create some type of video diary, I guess you'd say, on my progress or transformational journey. So I've been delaying it. I've been doing so many of these videos, don't like any of them, and I just don't have the time anymore. So I have to start now because I am actually doing weight loss surgery for the second time. I know. The first time I did it was 10 years ago, and I did the lap band surgery, and I did it out of pocket, so I did it without insurance, and it was terrible. They talk about that like little percentage that doesn't end up like having it work or something, and all these horrific problems can happen with that tiny percentage. Well, I was that tiny percentage. Like, I only lost about 42 pounds in the year that I was doing it, and on top of that, I literally, like, I had to have it removed. My body was rejecting it. I struggled for my life for 2 to 3 weeks in the hospital. It was horrific. And anyway, I just had sworn to myself I was never doing this again. I don't know if I took it as an omen or whatever, but I was just like, I'm not doing this again. So, and I was like a little sensitive too to do something that was also reversible, because at that point, the surgery choices I had was pretty much the lap band or the bypass, and the bypass sort of scared the crap out of me, and it sort of still does, and I'll explain that in a second. Anyway, so obviously you can only imagine the situation I was in when it came to making sure that I did everything possible. I was on every diet, every fitness coach I could talk to, counting macros, counting calories, doing everything I could to keep the weight off, to lose weight. Then I would get sick and I'd need certain medications to help me with one area of my life, which only ended helped me gain more weight. I've actually used medication to help me lose weight. I went ahead and I lost about 110 pounds on my own, but then I ended up gaining it back, and it's just been like, I've been on a yo-yo like ride for my entire life. I've always had a bigger set body since I was 12, but I've always been really active. I've played soccer, I love snowboarding, I love doing active things, but the more weight I'm gaining, the more I'm realizing that it's just not something that I'm capable of doing, and I've realized how much my weight is a handicap for me. And my body tends to embarrass me sometimes when it comes to just everyday activity, or like getting up and down from the floor, or tying my shoes, or just little things that I am struggling with that I've never struggled with before in my life. And honestly, I literally have never decided to do weight loss surgery again, and I just thought that was my lot in life. So I would go off everything I could to try to lose weight and get it off, and do everything I could to make it work, but it just was not working. So I was enlightened one day to the idea of having surgery, and I don't know if it was a mixture of my girlfriend just getting the sleeve done and watching her results and seeing how amazing she was doing, and I don't know what it was, but I was just enlightened to the idea, and I was shocked because this was something I was not ever going to do again. And so I thought it out, and I was like, well, insurance would have to cover it. I started all these reasons why I would ever do it again. And so as I started down this journey of checking with insurances, checking with doctors, like getting recommendations, like all these things, everything started working out, which again just made me realize, oh crap, this is really happening, and excited too, And so anyway, I went in and I saw the Dr. Cottam at the BMI Institute, and he looked at me, my weight, my height, and he told me, he said, I don't think the sleeve is a good approach for you. I feel like you won't get much out of the sleeve. That he actually recommended the DS, which is the Duodenal Switch. I had no idea what the crap that was. I just listened to him talk, and I just would nod my head, and then, I trusted him because he came highly recommended, but I didn't know exactly what I was in for, so I thought, well, I don't have to do anything right away. I'm going to go home and do my research and figure out what he's talking about. So I was excited to hear that it was something other than the bypass, because the bypass, this is why it scared me. The bypass, I had talked to a lot of people who did the bypass, and they there were some people who were the dumping syndrome came with the bypass, and obviously it's a corrective tool to help people who get the bypass eat the proper foods that they need to eat. I mean, it's obviously a tool that they need, and that's why they got the bypass. But there were some people who would never be able to have dairy again, or people that couldn't eat peanut butter, or like the most random foods, and I just was like not I just was not open to that. I just thought, I am not a type of person who likes the word never. So in listening to everyone else's experiences, I've just decided that maybe it would be best for me to sort of steer clear of that. It was really invasive, and I don't know, the whole thing, it just didn't sit well with me personally. And so, and I've had family members who've done it or whatever, but it just didn't sit well for me. And especially with the PTSD that I was still experiencing with the previous weight loss surgery, yeah. So anyway, so I researched more of the duodenal switch, and as I was researching it, I realized that it was a sort of a mix between the sleeve and the bypass, and I liked that it kept the stomach, it cut off about 90% of the stomach, but it left it still somewhat intact to where your digestive system is still pretty, still there, it's not like bypassed and taken away. So you were still able to get some of the nutrients that you would need for your food. It's not as like the bypass is, to where you would still need significant help when it came to getting the nutrients that you need, that your body needs. So I like the fact that there was that, and there was also things that I get migraines sometimes, and I need my Excedrin, and I could still take the medication I needed with the DS, and there are certain medications or medications that you aren't able to take with a bypass anymore. So anyway, I just like the fact that there were a lot less nevers when it came to the DS, and I felt a lot more comfortable with that. So on top of that, I then had to go through all my insurance to see if they'd even cover it, because back when I was getting the lap band, there was a lot of insurance companies that did not approve this type of procedure. They thought it more as cosmetic, and so I know a lot has changed obviously in 10 years, but I was really impressed and pleased to see that DMBA did cover, and that's my insurance, that they did cover this if I was approved. And so I know every health insurance company has different measures on what they would need for an approval process, but for DMBA there was just certain tests that I need when it came to like blood tests. They made me fast and blow into a bag for some type of uncommon tests that I'd never done for gastro, something to make sure that I am positive for not being accustomed to ulcers or something like that. And then I had to go meet with the doctor for my lung and heart to make sure I was okay for surgery. I had to also, they wanted 3 to 4 months with a doctor showing nutrient and exercise conversations, or like help with that you've tried to lose it on your own. And so that was easy, because I had been seeing a doctor who had actually had to prescribe me with some medication that I was on that was actually not helping my weight gain. It was actually doing the opposite. So, or not helping my weight loss, it was actually doing the opposite. So he was totally on board. He also thought it was a little weird that I gained so much weight in such a short amount of time. I probably had gained 100 pounds in a year, and I was just defeated, and so he submitted the information for me, but then as my insurance looked over it, they noticed that I kept gaining weight with my doctor. It wasn't even showing signs of sustaining. So they had asked me if I would lose 25 pounds just to show on paper that I am in the right mindset. Well, I was sort of really upset, because I was like, obviously I keep gaining, that's why I need the surgery. So anyway, I didn't think that I'd be in the right mindset. I didn't think that I would be ready, or that, you just sort of have to hype yourself up to like really take on, adjustments. And for me, losing weight has always been like difficult and hard, and something I've had to put my whole heart, mind, and soul into. And so I just was not sure I was ready, but I just thought I'd take it day by day. I had my sister help me with my meal plans, because she's learned a lot about meal plans recently. Excuse me. And then I was actually, they say the more weight you have, the faster you are able to lose it. And I mean, I don't know if that's in theory or what, but I was able to lose 25 pounds in like a month and a week. I was really proud of myself. I was like, whoa, this is, I mean, I was just watching when I was eating with little effort of exercise. And I actually ended up calling the insurance company back, and they were, really good to talk to, and they were really impressed as well. And so they went ahead and they approved me for surgery. So I called back the surgeon's office. I let them know, and I'm awaiting my surgery date. This is super exciting, a little terrifying, because I don't know. I'm really excited and I'm hopeful, but I'm also skeptical, if that makes sense. I've tried everything, like, and so I know some of the things that I've watched on YouTube or whatever. They talk a lot about people who've done the sleeve, and the sleeve ended up not working for them too. So then they would go and do the DS after that. I don't have the time or money for that. I've been down that path. So I'm just like, this has gotta work, I mean, like, so I guess that's where my skepticism comes in, because I only have my experience to go off of. And so I'm really hoping that this works for me. And so when I get a surgery date, that's also a little scary, because I feel like I've got to have a funeral for like my favorite meals. But like I don't know, I just feel like probably, and I have to do the liquid diet, which is another thing we need to talk about. Okay, so for starters, before I have to, they set my surgery day, and when I realize the day I'm supposed to start my liquid diet, you better believe I am going all out. I am getting it in, but the liquid diet, okay, I don't know, there could be different forms of the liquid diet out there, because I've watched certain people talk about their liquid diets, and even my friend who just had the sleeve, she was talking about how she had to do straight liquids during the day, but at night she got a full meal for dinner. And so that was her liquid diet. Mine is nothing like that. Like, mine is straight liquids, and not just liquids, clear liquids. I don't even get a protein shake or anything. I have to drink like Crystal Light, chicken broth, water. I mean, you were thinking that I'm getting a colonoscopy. I mean, I literally have to drink like clear liquids for 2 weeks. I'm pretty sure people haven't died, doing this, because it's something that they do, and I get it. I get why. They have you do the 2 weeks of a liquid diet, because they want to shrink your liver, because they'll be working around your liver for your stomach, and they don't want anything to go wrong, and they don't want to kill you. I get it, like, but 2 weeks, I mean, I don't know. I'm a little nervous about that too, and I know that if I put my head to anything, I can get it done, but so I'm just not really excited about that part either. So, and that in itself, man, I'll probably lose 20 pounds just doing that. But anyway, so I just want to let you know, my heaviest weight, again, was the 347 that's recorded. I'm 325 now. And then, we'll see. When it comes to what I want to weigh, I feel like I've always held my weight really well. And I don't know why. I'm 5'6", so I have up until recently, I feel like I have. But my goal weight, I think I'd look bomb at 200, but at the same time, like, I remember being like at my peak, running like super fit, super strong at soccer at like 156, 165. Like, I can't even, that just doesn't seem like reality to me. None of this really seems like reality to me. So I don't know. I mean, at this point, like, I'll be impressed with just a little change. I mean, obviously I'm making a significant change in my body, so it better be more than a little. But I don't know, I'm a little skeptical, but I'm a little hopeful too. I don't know really what to think. I'm just really impressed that this is actually happening, and it's just, I'm excited. I haven't told a lot of friends, and some of my family knows, but I guess, I just thought I'd open it up for anyone who they had questions. I saw a lot of vlogs and stuff on sleeves and the bypass, but I don't know, I just didn't see that much on the DS. So I just figured, if there's anything I can do to help out, or if you've got questions or comments, comment below. and I will do my best to get back to you and update you with more videos so that you'll be able to watch this happen to, like, see what happens, you know? Hopefully see me shrink. Anyway, thanks for watching.